So, okay, guys, welcome to a very, very special interview. I've been really meaning to talk to this guy for a number of years. We have been exchanging messages, but for me, this guy right now, in front of you, Akbar Sheikh, he's a genius. Why? I've been following his journey for about 4 or 5 years now. And when he first came on the scene, I really wanted to see what this guy is about. And I think for me, if I had to describe him, I think he will be like the Steve Jobs of the coaching industry. Why? Because he's transformed lives, many success stories. So what I want to do is I'm going to introduce Akbar Sheikh to you guys. For those of you who don't know him, Akbar, go ahead and let's take it from there, please.
Well, thank you for that far too kind intro. For those who don't know me, I got to think about that. For those who don't know me, who am I? I suppose I'm just a coach, an entrepreneur who, long story short, fell in some rough times. Used to be 60 pounds overweight, crippling anxiety disorder, toxic marriage, a lot of addiction issues, broke, had no why. Totally ended up in the hospital, half dead from partying too much. Totally changed my life. Dropped all my bad habits, cold turkey, went healthy, lost 60 pounds, got out of all my toxic relationships, started doing yoga, started getting spiritual, started praying, discovered my why in helping people make more to give more to their families, communities, and favorite charities, hence making the world a better place. And we've helped our clients collectively generate over $50 million. I've handed out well over 50 trophies to our clients when they hit 100K, 1 million, 10 million, and these are all businesses all around the world at any stage, whether they're brand new or they're a little bit more seasoned. So that's, I guess, who we are. Dad, husband, wannabe philanthropist. I think that about summarizes it.
Absolutely. Wow. That's and what really fascinates me about your story, Akbar, is there's a lot of people who can resonate with this because you get people from all walks of background who've been either come from nothing, they've literally struggled all their lives, and this is what they do. So for my next question to you, Akbar, is I know you're short of time as well, so I'm going to respect that, is why the coaching industry? What do you like mainly about the coaching industry? What appeals to you about this?
Yeah, it's a great question, man, because here's the truth. Like you for all practical purposes, Tony Robbins might be an exception or whatever, but nobody gets really wealthy from coaching, meaning that, you don't see people exiting 10 million, 50 million, 100 million. That's like software and other things. So nobody gets, wealthy from this. You get rich from this. No doubt you can make millions off of it. We have, and many of my clients have. So then the question is, why are you doing it? I especially like this question because I come from a very entrepreneurial family, 9 generations back, in all the way where our roots are actually from Africa, Kenya. Mm-hmm. And I've been exposed to every industry out there, man. Wholesale, retail, eBay, automobiles, real estate, you name it, man. And I've done a lot of it too, by the way. I find coaching for me to be the absolute sexiest business and most enjoyable business for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's extremely flexible. Right now, I'm here in Sydney for a few weeks with my entire family. It's 7 a.m. I mean, look, I literally just hopped out of bed.
Wow.
I hopped out of bed. I did get up earlier. I just went downstairs to have some breakfast and stuff. So this is the only room in the house. All the kids are screaming everywhere else. And so there's a lot of flexibility. That is one thing. The flexibility is there. It's great money. That's there. That's fine. Okay. And that's kind of a necessary thing no matter what I do. It needs to be a lot of freedom because I'm a freedom junkie, and it needs to be very lucrative because I enjoy spending money, including very much so we just last year alone, we built 8 schools
Wow.
for kids. So really, that's why. You see, I used to live a very simple life. I was just telling my brother-in-law, man, when I first got married a few years ago, I had a job, $70,000 a year.
Mhm.
Honestly, we were living fine. I mean, sure, like we came to Sydney, we rented like some big SUV. We wouldn't be able to afford that. And sure, I wouldn't be able to fly my whole family out here. It was freaking like 15 grand just in airline tickets. But we were happy.
Uh-huh.
We were fine. Honestly, we were totally fine. We had no money at the end of every month. But honestly, we were fine. We were happy. But the coaching industry, the main thing is the impact.
Sure.
Like I said, just last year alone, we built 8 schools. I mean, most people in their life don't build one school. Um, you're able to make a profound impact, and that's just from the money I generate. But even more impact than that is the clients.
Sure.
How we change the ripple effect is massive. You know, that we help them transform their lives and make more to give more, then they help a lot more people to give more, and we spread this culture and it becomes this like huge, snowball effect. We have like I have like exposure to e-com businesses, right? And it's like, okay, cool, like I can sell shoes and make millions of dollars, but I mean, like, we're not having really any impact. We're
Uh-huh.
selling shoes, we're just wearing them. We're not really making any difference in the world.
Sure.
Coaching really makes this world a better place, and we do that every day. And so I really enjoy that.
Wow. Amazing. So my next question to you is, leading from what you've just told me, is what are the top values you live your life and business by? What is embedded in the Akbar Sheikh ethos, if you sort of put it that way?
God first, family second, business third.
Wonderful.
Now, I don't have the biggest coaching company out there. My competition is bigger,
Hmm.
but I'll tell you, some of them have been suicidal. Some
Wow.
of them are completely miserable. Some of them have the most toxic personal lives. I live a pretty balanced lifestyle. I work, I probably truly, you hear it all the time, but I truly probably work part-time. Very flexible. If my wife says, hey, Akbar, today, let's just go out to the park, like literally today, let's just go to spend the day at the beach because we're in Sydney. Sure, let's go. So I always, there are some people who's business first. No, I can't go do this stuff. I got business stuff to do. And this happens to me normally. Like my wife's like, hey, you know what? Our son is Adam. Adam has been a bit, down lately because of this reason. Let's take the day off and take him to Chuck E. Cheese or whatever.
Mhm.
Sure. Let's go. So for me, it's always God first, then family, then business. And that's the way we run it.
Awesome. Awesome. I like that. And I think I read a post where you posted something about this on your Facebook a few days ago, and it kind of really, it made sense, because we sometimes live such busy lives that we kind of neglect the most basic and important parts of our lives. Now,
Yeah.
and I think it's important to sort of live a balanced life and
Yeah.
enjoy what you do. If you enjoy what you're doing, and you've sort of kind of summed it up. So my next question to you is, Akbar, is what's the best piece of advice that you've ever received? It could be from someone you look up to, could be your family. What's the one advice that you live by and you go by over the years?
I think it's asking yourself, like, to define what does success mean to you. And I think a beautiful definition of success is happiness. Because like I told you, before I had this, 7-figure business, I had a $70,000 job. Truth is, we were happy, you know. Um, that is, happiness is success. And so I've had, the Bentleys and the Breitlings, and they were fun, but you want to know something? The Bentley broke, engine died. My Breitling also died. It's been at the shop for 14 weeks. I think they can't figure out how to fix it. And all these things, my house, I had a big house, it's not like deteriorating. It's like all these things, I mean, look at this. This is so stupid. I'll show you. Do you see that blue suitcase over there?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like, it's a Rimowa. I think it was like $3,000 or something like that.
Wow.
It's all, yeah, it's all beat up now,
Yeah.
right? From traveling, it's all beat up. So I mean, like, yeah, look, I suppose I'm what one would call new money because I started from scratch. I mean, I
Sure.
literally used to live in an electrical closet.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, it was like the first, when I joined the coaching industry, it was the first time I had a lot of money. So yeah, I did buy a lot of toys and this stuff. It was all right. It was cool, but I'll tell you, the real satisfaction comes from strong family relationships with
Sure.
your family,
Uh-huh.
and with God and with your clients. Like pretty much every day, man, I'm getting like messages from my clients. Just yesterday, Jennifer's like, "Hey, man, thank you so much. I'm so grateful." She's a client of mine. I hit $100,000 this month. I'm just like, wow. Just say Yuri messaged me 2 days ago, man. Thank you so much. We just crossed 7 figures in our business. He helps bookkeepers grow their business or something, but that keep me going. So it's interesting for me because I have to keep getting my clients results because they literally are little injections of caffeine. If I go a few days and without any testimonies, I really get like, my energy goes down and I'm like, I don't want to do this. So it's like, no. So it's like, I have to get my clients results in order for me to stay energized. It's a
Absolutely.
pretty interesting thing.
Absolutely. Okay. That's really good. And I think getting your client results, making that transformation is the best feeling ever. And like you mentioned, like having relations with your family, it's that drive, that motivation. I've got a daughter,
Yeah.
and whatever I do is all for her, and it's inspiring.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter right now, she's 4, and I bought her like a mini shop the other day, and she developed entrepreneurial skills at that age where she's pretending she's actually selling a product, and she wants me to be the customer.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you know what? If only schools and universities teach the importance of entrepreneurship. So my next question to
Yeah.
you is, what advice would you give to the young of today, the youth today, who want to get into coaching, who want to look into coaching as a means to grow? What advice would you give to them?
Yeah. I have an answer for that. My daughter just walked in. I think it's downstairs, buddy, on the table. Oh, you know what? It's on the stairs. I put it on the stairs. If you walk carefully down the stairs, you'll see them. Sorry, but sorry / not sorry, right? Because this is the life we've designed.
This is a
right?
life. This is a life, man.
I'm not a corporate guy. I'm wearing my
Absolutely.
bathrobe, for God's sakes. I'm not,
I like
it's
it.
like my daughter walks in, that's my daughter. You don't like it,
Absolutely.
stop
Yeah.
the interview. You know what
Of
I
course.
mean? But I mean, and by the way, I want to make a few things clear about that real
Yeah.
quick. And you have a great question, but
Yeah.
like, life is a work in progress. A
Mhm.
lot of you guys will see pictures of the happy family guy. No, okay. I marriage from hell. I mean,
Uh-huh.
they're at an age where they drive me kind of nuts, right? They're in that crazy. They never left the crazy twos.
Yeah.
So did I lose you? Still
I
hear
think
me?
I think we're having a bit of issues with the connection. You got red bars on
I
your
think I might have
Zoom,
lost
so
you.
it might be lagging pretty much. Yeah, I think there's the connection element. Let's see, a few technical difficulties, but if you can hear Akbar, press 1. I think we've lost him. Um, we've lost him. Oh, he's back. He's back. Here we are.
Okay, I'm
Oh,
back.
that's
Sorry.
good.
The Wi-Fi in Sydney sucks. Yeah, the
It's
Wi-Fi in Sydney sucks. Actually, I apologize. You know what it is? The construction is different over here.
uh-huh.
They have in America, the new construction on houses is cheap as chips, right?
Yeah.
Over here, they make it brick and
Mhm.
then they double the brick. So it's like really strong construction. So it's hard for like Wi-Fi to go through these like double bricked walls and stuff like that. And to answer your question, man, what I'll tell you is, can you hear me and everything? Was all right?
I can hear you fine. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. The advice I'd give people, man, who want to get into this, don't let anything stop you. You know, if you take a look at my Facebook story, I was here last year and I had an office in a shared space, like it's called What's and there's different shared office spaces. And I was on a wait list. They were sold out. I was on a wait list for an office. So literally they just gave me like these random floating desks that I wherever, like go wherever you find space, go sit in some corner and work. But there's phone booths and it's literally the size of a phone booth. It's like if you have to make a phone call, you have to go in there because you don't want to disturb everyone else. I did webinars in that phone booth, screaming at the top of my lungs for hours.
Wow.
And made like, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Crazy. That is crazy. Incredible.
So the thing is, don't sell yourself any stories. Don't sell yourself any excuses. Don't be like, well, I don't have an office right now. Where am I even going to record this? Oh, I only have a phone booth. Oh, I don't have a funnel. My first client ever, I didn't have a funnel. Yeah. Oh man, we're getting unstable. Again. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. It's on and off, but you just shared your phone booth story, which is
yeah. I'll try to. You know what I'll try to do? Let me get closer to the.
Okay, that'd be good.
To the router.
You're getting a lot of good feedback on the live. We've got Smart Arjuman. I think she's an avid follower of you. We've got Michael. We've got Soidel. A lot of people are very, very inspired by his story. We've got Shalina. Very, very happy with what you've shared. We've got Varbati. So a lot of people that, who are literally just blown away with the simple advice. Simplicity is the way forward. And I like that because that reminds me what you've shared in the story about the phone booth. I was in Dubai a few months ago and I was still doing the odd call just from a hotel, just to sort of inspire, transform, make a couple of calls on my free time, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I made a bunch of money, but that just reminds me of that. So I think it's, again, anybody listening, inspired. I know you're short of time. My other couple of questions I want to ask is, how important is to develop your personal brand? Because we always see branding. How would you, what advice would you give about that?
Look, in this space, it's important for sure, because people want to work with those they like and trust. Otherwise, frankly, I'm like, I'll put it to you this way. I did not have social media before this business. I did not have Facebook. I don't care to show anybody what I had for lunch, and I don't really care what you had for lunch. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not that person. Like I'm not a social media person. I had to do it for this business because people want to see what you're about. They want to see, because the psychology is they basically want to be you, right? I'll give you an example. Oh man, I love this guy. He's got such a lean business. He's only got, oh wow, he's making $100,000 a month with only 2 employees. Oh my God, I love that. This other guy's teaching me how to make $100,000 with 10 employees. I don't want that. Oh wow, this guy, he's straight edge. Oh, he doesn't drink, or he doesn't smoke, or he doesn't, he doesn't do all this stuff, and he still makes it. Okay, I much more resonate with this guy than I do the party guy, or the opposite. You got to put, and I teach this, and I taught this at a ClickFunnels event, magnetic messaging. Magnetic messaging. And it's about how to give content. Look, the game is simple, man. Show what you're about, what your values are about. Obviously, we're a lot about make more, give more, and a lot of people buy from us because they align to that. And then you just show what you're good at. If you're good at whatever you're in health, wealth, relationships, just show people, like talk about that, talk about health or wealth or relationships or whatever industry you're in. Talk about it. And the way you talk about it, some people will be like, that's not my cup of tea. Or some people are like, dude, I really like the way you talk. Let me give you an example. My cousin sent me a podcast. Never heard of this guy in my life. No idea who the guy is. I can't even pronounce his last name. And nobody can pronounce my last name either. And I listened to, no joke, it was a long podcast. I listened to, no joke, 7 minutes, 8 minutes. And I was like, I love this guy. I love the way he thinks. I love the way he's talking about, he was talking about like a subscription model business. I'm like, I like the way his mind thinks about it. I like the way he's dissecting it. I want to work with this guy. I instantaneously, fell in love with his thought process. I hunted him down on Facebook and I found him and I messaged him. I was like, we need to talk. He's like, okay. I ended up paying him maybe over $8,000 in coaching calls. Complete stranger, never met, but that 7 minutes of content I consumed off of a podcast made me do that.
Wow.
Complete stranger, never heard of him. So that's the power of just being yourself. And he was very authentic, just being himself and just talking about what you're good at, because that will attract your ideal client and they'll come running to you, just like I came running to him. And just like, frankly, many people have come running to me over the years. We've had over 2,000 clients, high ticket clients. So yeah, I mean, it's extremely important.
Brilliant. Oh, wow. Amazing. That's like, you just dropped a knowledge bomb right from where you are right now in the bathroom.
I had to hide in the bathroom.
This
There's all the other
is
rooms
how good it gets. This is guys, if you listen, this is how good it gets. This just sums it up. And this is what this lifestyle is about. And Akbar, final word before I let you go, because I could speak to you for hours. What is the final thing I want to say to you is, what advice would you give to someone who is, number one, very reserved, don't want to put themselves out there? They are basically they're living a negative lifestyle, but they want to change. What advice would you give them to make that first leap of faith?
I had a client in my coaching group just the other day say, hey man, you know what's holding me back? I don't like the sound of my voice. And so I can't do this. And I said, man, I've spoken to you over the phone. Your voice is sexy, you're fine. And here's the thing. People will believe whatever you show them to believe. Meaning that, and we talked about this last night at the dinner table with my family. You know how sometimes you'll be in a restaurant or whatever, and somebody will walk in and be like, whoa, that must be the owner. You know what I'm talking about? You see, whoa, that the person has this energy, this swag, they're dressing a certain way, they're walking a certain way, they're playing this role. All you have to do is create that. All you have to do is step into that. All you have to do is, just an experiment. Try this. Instead of thinking your voice is stupid, think that, wow, I got the best voice in this industry. No one else has a voice like this, and people are going to love it. Step in. Oh, sorry, my wife is saying something. Say it's in my book bags, which is on the table downstairs. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, so just step into like look at me. I joke that I'm a funny looking, technologically illiterate, brown guy with a name nobody can spell or pronounce. Yet I have stepped into that role where I truly believe that I'm one of the top premium business coaches of this entire industry. As a matter of fact, I will say that we have the #1 coaching company in this industry for entrepreneurs who want to make more, to give more. And so that's another thing. You got to create yourself a unique angle. Notice what I said. I said we have the #1 company for entrepreneurs, for ethical entrepreneurs who want to make more, to give more. So that's an angle. And we've kind of carved. I do truly believe that we are the #1 in that niche, but create your own niche. And step into that. But just remember, like, here's another thing I'll tell you is that the reality is, man, like coaches do nothing but good. Like the good coaches do nothing but good work. I mean, honestly, we're like transforming lives, helping people save their marriages or lose a bunch of weight, get their confidence back, help them build better relationships with their family members, help them get, get promoted at work, help them become more wealthier, help them, we really help improve the quality of their lives. I'm talking about the industry. You got to understand something. There's the devil doesn't like that. The devil doesn't like when humans help each other and humans grow. The devil's job is to make sure humans don't grow.
Of course.
So, he does put all these thoughts in your head. Oh, maybe my voice is funny. Maybe I'm funny looking. Maybe are you sure you can help people with that? How many people have you really helped with that? Da, 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 da. These are all whispers, and you got to learn to block that out. You got to really learn. And you can do that with prayer too, by the way, but you got to learn to block that out. And just remember that everyone has a God-given gift, and the only way to true happiness is to use that gift to make the world a better place, in my experience.
Wow. I am simply blown away. I think that there's a saying, time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
This is an example. I mean, Akbar, you're getting a lot of comments from the live. You can probably read the lives. People say, this is amazing, motivating. Jason says, that's amazing, brilliant. I'm inspired. But Akbar, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the live, doing the interview. I know we're going to be having another conversation at some point soon, which we will. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to let you go now. I'm going to let you spend time with your wonderful family. So thank you. Broadcasting this live from the bathroom
From my hiding in the bathroom.
Hiding in the bathroom. Love it, bro. And I will definitely be speaking to you again. Look after yourself, and God bless you, my friend.
Awesome.